Hello and good morning and welcome to episode number 3 of Crypto Empire Morning Domination. My name is Connor and this is where we dominate the crypto market. I want to welcome everybody to the live stream. Thank you for taking some time out of your morning to be here to get the inside scoop on exactly what is happening in the cryptocurrency market, because actually a lot is happening right now. We do have a lot to discuss this morning. Some major project updates and some precautions you should be taking right now to protect yourself in case we do see some kind of major sell-off here in the short term. I'll be explaining exactly what I mean right now in the stream. Let's go ahead and hop right into the market and go over the price action as well as the changes for the day for our crypto market overview. I can see we already do have Dre as well in the live chat. We got Mike B and the Silva Dalla with us this morning. We got Dre saying, welcome Crypto Empire. Silva Dalla saying, hey, thank God it's Friday because it's going to be a bloody day. We got David W saying, morning, sir. What up, though? So Silva Dalla, I do agree with you, right? Inflation numbers did just come in. It was expected to be 8.3%. They came in at 8.6%. What does this mean? It means that inflation is still not under control. It means that the Fed will have to take their necessary actions in order to lower inflation. Of course, next Wednesday, June 15th, we do have the CPI, or not the FOMC meeting. My apologies. The FOMC meeting is next Wednesday, and it's projected to be a 50 basis point rate hike. However, in order to curb inflation, they've said they can go as high as 75 basis points. So if they're going to hike rates even further, that is very bearish news for equities as well as crypto. So exercise caution right now. Let's get into today's crypto market overview. We got Dre all hyped up in the chat. Let's get some hype in the chat and smash up that like button as well. We got 17 viewers and only 5 likes. Let's get that a nice even ratio. So right now, Bitcoin did sell off. It had a knee-jerk reaction from that inflation data release. You can see Bitcoin down 1.9% on the day, trading at $29,638. Ethereum trading at $1,731. It is holding onto critical support for dear life right now. And I am going to be sharing something with you today, something very important, and it could cause a quick Ethereum sell-off, as well as the depegging of staked ETH. As you can see, Lido staked Ether over here. Pretty much Celsius network is looking like it's going to go down, just like Terra went down. So let's get into that in a little bit. For now, let's keep on looking at the market cap. BNB 289. And nothing has really changed. The Cardano trade setup, I'll be going over that again for review, but we nailed that trade, the head and shoulders on Cardano. But let's take a look at today's top gainers. Osmosis coming back from the dead, up 26%. After I did just share yesterday how there was a $5 million exploit on the Osmosis decentralized exchange. It looks like some people went ahead and bought the blood there. Osmosis up 26% on the day. Other than that, Terra Luna Classic, which is a meme coin at this point, is up 13%, and everything else is relatively flat. Taking a look at today's top losers, we do have a lot of blood in the market today, a lot of 8% down on a lot of big top 100 altcoins. So let's go ahead and hop into the charts right now and go over Bitcoin and then get into some very, very important data, things that you must know because we could potentially see a major collapse in some projects right now. We got Allah is here as well saying good morning, and Jazzy saying let's get it Crypto Empire with some flame emojis. Thank you for being here, Jazzy. Appreciate all of your continued support. We also got Tommy Gunn saying Friday is notorious for dumping. A DCA Friday morning is usually a good play. Yeah, and there's a good catalyst right now on why Bitcoin is dumping to start off this Friday. So like I said, inflation numbers did come back at 8.6% when they were expected to be 8.3%. Obviously not good for the market because higher inflation means that the Fed will need to take precautions to raise the strength of the dollar, and a stronger dollar means a weaker Bitcoin, a weaker crypto market, as well as a weaker equity stock market. So the equities market is going to be opening up in 8 minutes. If we go ahead and take a look at the S&P futures, already down big pre-market on that inflation news, and it's probably going to end up dumping further when this market opens up in 7 minutes from now. So definitely, I do agree with you, Tommy Gunn. We need to be very cautious right now, and I am expecting a sell-off here to start off the open on this Friday, June 10th for the stock market. Let's go hop right over back to Bitcoin and go over Bitcoin because it looks like we might be breaking the range right now. So yesterday I shared with you this symmetrical pennant that we were trading in, and we did end up breaking down from the symmetrical pennant, as you do see right here. This trade was actually called inside of the Crypto Empire Premium Discord group. As you can see, just here, I went ahead and shorted Bitcoin at $30,089, pretty much foreshadowing that we were going to break down from this symmetrical pennant here, and that's exactly what did actually play out. However, price quickly bounced overnight and went right back into the pennant. However, on that pre-market inflation data news, we went ahead and dumped right back to the actual price target of that trade here over here at 29,420. So a lot of volatility right now, and this line has held for the past week or so, but it's looking like we could possibly lose this support level and head down lower. Where are we going to go? Let's take a look at the chart. And as you can see here, we do have some very, very critical support at $28,600 down here. So this is the next logical place for Bitcoin to sell off to here in the short term. We do need to be aware that this is a possibility today, and if we do lose this support, we could be seeing a relatively sharp drop in price of around 2.5–3%. And that may not seem like much to you, but it is pretty significant, being that we've only been trading in very small margins recently, and the most significant part is we would be losing the support level that we've been holding for the past week or so. So we're gonna see how the market does open up in 5 minutes time, but I am ready for what does come. And we had somebody in the live chat saying a few days ago that $22,000 was bearish euphoria, just as $100,000 Bitcoin is bullish euphoria, saying that it's never going to get to 22K, things like that. I strongly disagree. I think $22,000 it's not a given, because nothing is a given in the financial markets. But here in the short term, looking at the objective reality of the market, the economy, how everything is looking, I do think we do have some more downside on Bitcoin past this lower wick at $25,200. I would not be surprised to see this wick get filled and then breached here. And I hate to be the bearer of doom and gloom, but this is just the reality of how things are shaping up right now. Right? You need to be objective with your analysis. You need to look at things of exactly how they are and then take the necessary precautions to do so. So it's not the time to be bullish at all. I am expecting some lower levels to get taken out here on Bitcoin. But other than that, we've been in the same trading range that we have been trading in. If we were to go ahead and sweep the range highs, I would be looking for shorts, as I've been talking about. But the market is just so weak, it cannot even push up higher towards the range high above $32,000. And this is without a doubt a great area to look for shorts. But the market is so weak, it cannot even sustain any rallies to reach these price levels. And the second they are reached, we just see sell-offs right back down into the overall range. So a very weak market, no strength, no buyers. And what does that mean from a supply and demand viewpoint? It's very simple. Everybody who's seen my supply and demand videos should understand that when there is a lack of buyers, price needs to drop to lower price levels. Here we go right now. We're breaching the support. But when there is a lack of buyers, which there are right now, price needs to drop lower to find those buyers. I think we will be seeking lower buyers. Nobody is really in demand for Bitcoin at $30,000 right now. The market is weak, and I am expecting lower prices here in the short term. With that being said, you see the title of this live stream, why Bitcoin is the biggest inflation hedge. If we look at where things are headed, the US is in trillions of dollars of debt. Right now it's around 30 trillion that they say, but realistically speaking, it's well over $100 trillion. They say inflation is 8.6% right now. That is extremely conservative. And just the overall global debt bubble will eventually pop. So you need ways to hedge inflation, and Bitcoin is one surefire way to hedge your way against inflation. Obviously, there's other things like precious metals, gold, silver. Those are good. Real estate will always hold its value. Basically, you want to look for things that will hold value no matter what. And Bitcoin, with its scarcity and the fact that everything is going digital, right? People are saying, oh, what if the internet shuts off? What's going to happen to Bitcoin? Look, your smartphone it knows literally everything about you, and it's not going anywhere. It's going to learn even more about you in the future, right? Technology is here to stay, and Bitcoin obviously gives us some security with that technology. So it's very important, and Bitcoin is the ultimate inflation hedge long term. But here in the short term, I am expecting some more chop and some more blood in the streets, and we are breaching this support level right now. I would be expecting lower prices here on Bitcoin. We got W. Wallace asking, is Connor a Nets fan? So I used to go to the Nets games when they were over here in New Jersey, but they went to Brooklyn, obviously, and I'm a New York Knicks fan, actually. So hurts to say because the Knicks really do kind of blow, and they consistently lose. But I'm a Knicks fan over a Nets fan. Good question, though. We got Sahara Bogdan asking why Bitcoin is falling. Zahar, I want you to rewind the stream a little bit. Inflation did come in higher than projected, and that is causing a sell-off in the market right now. And we're going to see how this one does shape up. Really, yeah, I mean, what do we have already from this drop? We're already at a 2.5% drop from just a few hours ago. So this is going to accelerate most likely going into this market open in 1 minute now. Let's go ahead and hop on over to the S&P futures to take a look at this. I am expecting this sell-off. So we got Jazzy saying, show some appreciation for Connor's continuous good work and smash that like button, everyone. Shout out to Jazzy. Appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you for always being here in the live chat, showing the love, telling everybody to smash up that like button. I do agree with you. Definitely smash up that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And, of course, turn on all bell notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. All right, so here we are at 9:30 right now. And unless we see some kind of sudden movement, this is kind of just watching paint dry. So it's really not too exciting. But, yeah, we are expected to see some continued sell-off here. Now, we will come back to this in just a moment's time. I do have something very important to share with you. A warning in case you do have any funds inside of Celsius Network, as well as a bit of an arbitrage opportunity with Ethereum and staked Ethereum on Lido. Let's hop on over to our Twitter wisdom to discuss this for the day. So we have our guy Small Cap Scientist over here on Twitter, and he's saying he was looking for some research for his podcast or something or other, and he discovered that staked ETH and the Ethereum peg is in rough shape and running out of liquidity very quickly. This is a bit of a long thread, but I'll do my best right now to explain it live so that everybody can understand it and take the necessary precautions to go ahead and protect yourself right now. Another bearish catalyst on top of the inflation data. So staked ETH is a staked version, or ST-ETH is a staked version of Ethereum from Lido that is meant to secure ETH post-merge, right? Anybody who's not familiar with Lido, it's a protocol on Ethereum. It allows you to stake your ETH, earn nice yield, and then you do get ST-ETH over here. It's pretty much like liquid staking, and then you can go ahead and use that as collateral, use it for DeFi, etc., etc., etc. Now, post-merge, you're going to be able, it trades at a slight discount to Ethereum right now, but post-Ethereum merge, you will be able to redeem it 1-for-1 for Ethereum. Now, the merge, who knows when that will take place? It will probably get delayed sometime in 2023, most likely. So we do have quite a few months until you're able to actually redeem your ST-ETH for regular Ethereum at a 1-to-1 peg. Let's talk about right now why it's losing its peg, and it's going to lose a lot of value against actual Ethereum, which may present an amazing arbitrage opportunity. So ST-ETH is fully backed 1-to-1 by Ethereum. It's just very illiquid until the merge in a few months. This has never been an issue because there was a Curve finance pool for liquidity. So the Curve pool has become very heavily imbalanced, with nearly 75% of the pool now made up of staked ETH. The highest the imbalance has ever been. So right now, ST-ETH is about 3% under the peg of Ethereum. It's supposed to be a 1-to-1 peg. It's about 3% under. All right, so you can buy ST-ETH for 3% less than regular Ethereum, and then obviously exchange that for regular ETH after the merge does happen. That is the arbitrage play here. It's going to take a while, so understand your money won't be liquid, but it's expected to drop way more than 3%. Let's get into that right now. So the pace of the depegging is determined by the imbalance of assets in the LP and A factor. Not familiar with A factor? He goes into what that is. Basically an amplification factor, all right? Bit of a tongue twister right there. So with ST-ETH backed 1-to-1 and the merge being only months away, it seems like a no-brainer to buy the arbitrage opportunity and hold the ST-ETH so that you can go ahead and redeem it for regular ETH when the merge does happen 1-to-1. That is the arbitrage opportunity. However, there is a canary in the coal mine. Alameda Research, that is Sam from FTX, from Solana as well. He's exiting their position for ST-ETH. They unloaded nearly 50,000 ST-ETH over a matter of hours, and they suffered massive slippage due to the exit. And Alameda is always early on the big moves, right? They are one of the ultimate sharks in the market. They are one of the biggest hedge funds. They make moves before retail because they are able to predict things earlier than most people. So the fact that they just went ahead and redeemed 50,000 staked ETH and suffered the slippage, they just ate it, shows you that something big is coming right now and we need to be very cautious. So, Alice saying he likes the canary in the coal mine reference with Kusama. Yes, that is a very appropriate reference right there with Kusama. So they were one of the 7 investors that are massive holders of Lido, as well as Celsius Network. Now, Celsius Network is not looking good right now. So Celsius also a massive holder of staked ETH on Lido. So basically right now, Celsius has a massive position of nearly 450,000 staked ETH worth $1.5 billion. They are using Aave, and they deposited staked ETH for collateral and have accumulated $1.2 billion in debt. What that means, they went ahead and deposited their staked ETH inside of Aave to take out a loan. And right now with that loan, they're in $1.2 billion of debt. And it gets even worse for Celsius right now. If you have any funds inside of Celsius Network, I recommend you take them out. You withdraw them immediately into your own private wallet because it's looking like Celsius is about to melt down, very similar to how Terra has collapsed. Let's go ahead and read further. So the issue right now is that Celsius is quickly running out of liquid funds to pay back their investors who are redeeming positions. What is redeeming positions? It means that they're withdrawing their money from Celsius and putting it into their own wallet, which is exactly what I said that you should think about doing. Not financial advice. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. All of my videos, all of my content are for educational purposes only. But it's looking like Celsius is about to go down very hard. So billions in illiquid positions. They are taking on massive loans against to pay out their customers' redemptions. So they need to take out loans right now to be able to redeem their customers' deposits. All right, it is not looking good. So how is a multi-billion-dollar fund struggling so bad for liquidity? Because that's the next question. So Celsius lost an insane amount of money due to hacks throughout the past year. So they lost $70 million in Stakehound, $50 million in Badger. And of course, they had $500 million in clients' deposits in Anchor that all got erased when Luna did collapse. All right, $500 million Celsius lost from the Terra collapse because it was an Anchor. All right, it gets even worse. So Celsius has 2 options right now. They can sell their staked ETH for regular ETH and then stablecoin in order to become more liquid to allow their depositors withdrawals. Pretty much a bank run is happening on Celsius right now. Or they can use their staked ETH as collateral and take out loans to repay their customers. So if they were to do option number 1, they would have to basically go ahead and drain the curve liquidity pool completely, which is really going to accelerate that depegging of staked ETH to regular ETH way more than 3%. So that's going to be a huge loss because of slippage as well. And then option number 2 is, as you can see here, ST-ETH can't really be bought anywhere but FTX and 1inch. I'll be getting into that in a second. Then option number 2 over here is to go ahead and take out loans against their staked ETH, which is what they've already done on Aave, and put that into stables. And they're already in $1 billion of debt from Aave, like I said earlier. And they have $2.5 billion of staked ETH being used as collateral. They are underwater right now. All right, so if ST-ETH depegs heavily or the market conditions get worse, Celsius can get liquidated, meaning that they will lose all of this $2.5 billion. That is billion with a B, $2.5 billion can be liquidated if things do get worse. It's looking like they're about to get worse right now. So it's a negative feedback cycle. Yes, I do agree with this. So it's very likely that Celsius would freeze redemptions before they would get liquidated, which is why I'm saying it's not a bad idea if you have any money inside of Celsius, before they go ahead and freeze redemptions, freeze withdrawals, think about getting your money out of there right now. And I mean, I would not be holding the Cell token as well. Be very careful. Definitely be very careful. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share. He does go into more detail. Now, the opportunity right now with this is the fact that you will be able to redeem your staked ETH, right, your Lido staked Ether for regular Ethereum after the Ethereum merge does happen, most likely sometime in 2023. We're about to most likely see a major depegging event where you're going to be able to use Ethereum to go ahead and buy multiple Lido staked Ether, meaning there's a bit of an arbitrage opportunity if you have the capital and you can wait, who knows, 6, 9, 12 months, possibly more if the merge continues to get delayed. But you can make a lot more Ethereum if you do want to take advantage of this risky, nonetheless, arbitrage opportunity. How you would do that, you would use 1 inch, right? Because on 1 inch you can place limit orders, and you would go ahead and swap Ethereum for staked ETH after this major depegging event does happen, all right? You don't want to do it now. By the way, not financial advice, right? This is risky, but it's an arbitrage opportunity that could potentially make a ton of money. All right, so basically what you want to go ahead and do if you did want to partake in this is you can swap over your regular ETH for staked ETH, and then when the ETH merge does happen, you'll be able to swap back your staked ETH 1-to-1 back to regular Ethereum. All right, so for 1 ETH, as you can see, you get 1.027 staked Ether right now. This might go to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, all right? That means you're getting 20, 30% more. And then you'll be able to redeem it back 1-to-1 to regular Ethereum. Arbitrage opportunity, protect yourself, be ready if this collapse, this depegging does happen. It's most likely going to cause a massive sell-off in regular ETH as well. If we look at ETH right now. By the way, we got CG joining in the live stream saying that he just joined and he is in a juicy short. Awesome, CG. Glad to hear that, and thank you for joining us this morning at Crypto Empire Morning Domination, episode number 3. And we got Dre saying, thank you for the info on Celsius. No problem, Dre. Definitely take your precautions right now. We got W. Wallace saying Brooklyn's in the house today. Shout out to W. Wallace over in Brooklyn, New York. Now, Ethereum is hanging on for dear life to this 17-month support level. To anybody who is unaware, if we go back in time to last year, let's get a full screen view of this chart. Ethereum hanging on for dear life. Because as you can see, these were the lows. Everybody can still hear me? All right, so I just had my OBS disconnect, but we should be back online now. I'm not sure if you guys lost me, but we are back. So ETH testing the lows, and it's looking like it's going to break the lows from the summertime correction of 2021. And lower than that, we do have some levels at about $1,520. Let's go ahead and drop a line there. So we have this level, and then we have another lower level at $1,400, all right? So $1,520, then $1,400. If we do lose this very critical support level down here at $1,700 pretty much exactly, right? We're at $1,750 right now, or $1,725. And if this major depegging does happen that the small cap scientists outlined for us, we're most likely going to see a massive sell-off on ETH, probably headed back to this lower zone, which would go ahead then and test some pivot lows, as you can see, from 2021, from early 2021. And that is obviously going to be an interesting opportunity, and we could see some further downside from there as well if the Fed keeps on hiking rates. So it's not a time to be risk on, as I've been saying. It is a time to preserve your capital, not take on massive risk. Not a good time for DeFi at all. ETH in some kind of jeopardy right now, not in terms of its overall protocol, but the fact that it's most likely going to be selling off here a lot further. So we need to be aware of that and take some necessary precautions and just be aware of everything happening right now, because it is looking a bit bloody at the moment. All right, so let's also go over Cardano, because Cardano, I did share with you this setup yesterday right here in the Crypto Empire Morning Domination live stream. We went over the head and shoulders pattern, and as you can see, the head and shoulders played out absolutely beautifully, right? Now, I understand not a lot of people are familiar with the proper way of basically identifying the head and shoulders, because anybody can go ahead and find the pattern, right? The pattern isn't hard to find, but it's very important that you also match up the volume profile with the pattern. That is why I was able to basically say with a degree of confidence that this was a tradable head and shoulders here. And what you want to look for with the volume profile, write this one down for everybody watching at home. This is a very important lesson. On your left shoulder, you always want, whether it's a regular head and shoulders or an inverse head and shoulders, on the left shoulder, in this case that's right here, you always want to see the highest volume, right? You want to always see the highest volume on the left shoulder. If we look at the volume profile over here, we can see that the left shoulder has the highest out of the head and the right shoulder. With the head, you want to see lower volume than the left shoulder, but you also want to see it higher than the right shoulder. And we do have exactly that with the head. As you can see, we have a nice buying volume going into the head here, right? But it's still less than the left shoulder. And then on the right shoulder, you want to see the lowest volume out of all of it. And then you want to see volume pick up when it actually goes ahead and breaks the neckline. And that's exactly what did happen over here on this Cardano short. As you can see, the trade was outlined for you right here in the live stream. Smash that like button if you appreciate me coming on here live each and every morning, outlining these trade setups for you. And from that entry that was outlined, the target was hit, right? The target is this green line at 59.8 cents. This was hit. That's a 6.5% gain, but the current price you're looking at around 9.3%. All right, so Cardano following the rest of the market right now, and when you see something pumping that is not, in line with everything else in the market, that is an opportunity to look for a short. I mean, perfect lesson right there for all of the new traders. This is how you identify opportunities and go ahead and actually execute on them. Because it's easy to say that something will drop. It's a whole other story to actually go ahead and trade an asset and, actually make money from your prediction. That is why a lot of people struggle trading. It's easy to just say, oh, this is going to go down. But to actually execute with precision on a trade opportunity is where the skill does come in, all right? This is a perfect example of, executing on an opportunity, on a trade idea right here on ADA. And beautiful short there. Good to see that. We got eLive popping into the stream saying the morning domination goes good with his coffee. Awesome to hear that, eLive. Enjoy that fresh brew of coffee, as well as the Crypto Empire morning domination live stream. We also got ALDZ saying, for several weeks now, Bitcoin seems to pump on weekends. Do you think it's still possible this time, or we will slowly bleed till next week? Right now, given the current market conditions, I am not expecting a weekend pump at all. All right, I would be very cautious if you're expecting a weekend pump. Most likely, I would be expecting a weekend sell-off, if anything, right now. So exercise caution. The market is so weak. We can't even see any pumps to our outlined higher supply levels. By the way, we got Bicho Brazil joining the live stream this morning. Awesome to see Bicho in the live chat. I know he usually catches the replays, but this time today he did manage to go ahead and catch the live. He's saying Pura Vida Emperor. Saludos to the Crypto Empire Morning Domination Squad. Adjusting our morning routines to catch these gem streams. Shout out to Bicho Brazil. Adjusting his morning routine to be able to hop in with us live today, get the most inside scoop on the market, and take advantage of these trade opportunities. So as I've been saying for Bitcoin, there's no buyers. There's no buyers, and we do not see any sustained bullish momentum for BTC. And we can go ahead and pull our fib. So if I pulled it to the 48K high, it gives me some different data. I want to pull it to the 40K high right here. And again, I've showed this before, but I want to show it again. Our 50% fib retracement is right here, $32,600. Price hasn't off. I'm still good. Shout out to Tommy Gunn with the previous message in the live chat letting me know that my connection was good. Shout out to you, Tommy. But again, the market is super weak, and even on our rallies, we cannot even make it to the 50% mark of the most current fractal from 40K down to 25,200. So I am not expecting a weekend pump. If we do somehow see a weekend pump, these are your levels to look for shorts right now. And in these very, very choppy, volatile, very manipulated market conditions, like I have been saying, yesterday's short was by no means an amazing setup that I took on Bitcoin. Right? There was nothing special to catch this short move here. All I did was foreshadow the fact that we were coiling up in this pennant and I was feeling bearish, right? So I had a very, very tight stop loss. Had a good 3-to-1 risk reward opportunity, so I went ahead and took the short, and the market just went ahead and just fell through the floor. All right, it was not a perfect setup. We don't have perfect setups in this current market, right? Even this morning, the start of the sell-off, right? This was not an edge if you went ahead and necessarily shorted it. It just kind of dropped again out of nowhere on the CPI release. So very manipulated, choppy market. This has all been pretty much set out by the market makers. So it's not a time to be taking heavy risk right now. You can definitely be profiting from this tumultuous price action, but you need to be aware of the risks that are present in the market at the moment. So we got Alice saying everyone is scared across all markets. This is a waiting patience game. A lot of fear in the air right now. But this is short term. Long term speaking, I am extremely confident in the fact that Bitcoin and crypto will take over. I mean, just looking at these numbers, 8.6% inflation, real inflation, if they weren't actually modifying the CPI to be more generous for these numbers, real inflation would be way, way, way higher than 8.6%. What options does the Fed have right now? They really have no option but to just hike rates. And you can see the dollar on the inflation news just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Why? Because the dollar needs to be strong in order to basically go ahead and curb inflation. When rates get raised, when the economy retracts, the dollar gets stronger and risk on assets get weaker. So if the Fed continues to hike up rates, it's going to cause massive recession. The U.S. is in so much debt already. What are they going to do after that? They're going to print more money? It doesn't make any sense. So that's why I feel very comfortable holding things like Bitcoin, like Monero. I know we have some privacy chain or pirate chain enthusiasts, some privacy coin enthusiasts with us today, right? So things like pirate chain, R, ticker symbol ARR, R, 3 R's there. Another good one, right? You need ways to protect yourself against this inflation, and crypto is really one of the best ways to do so. Pirate chain, great option, right? A lot of people aren't very confident in this one, but I am confident that it will have its day in the sun again. Right, this went from less than $1 to $16.76 last year, and from that it's been back underneath $1. I think this is going to have an amazing run when the next bull market does start, especially when the privacy narrative does catch on. Inflation keeps on getting worse. They're going to introduce the CBDCs, all the horrors that we were aware of. How do you protect yourself against that? Pirate chain, Monero, Bitcoin obviously extremely easy to be surveilled, so that's why I do like the privacy coins. But short term here, a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt, but long term I am very confident in the future of cryptocurrency. So it's not a bad idea to have some exposure. I know some people in this bear market like to be in all cash. That's cool. Me personally, I feel very good knowing I have stashed away coins in case things do get very, very bad, basically. So with this being said, we will go ahead and watch Bitcoin, right? We're watching to see. We're still at 29,300, so not a lot of volatility just yet. Stock's not really doing anything yet either. Right, pretty much flat from the market open. we might see a late day sell-off today going into the weekend, right? It is Friday now. So price action on the weekend tends to be extremely low volume. So we could very possibly see a sell-off going into the weekend and then a low volume weekend. But it's more of the same nonetheless on Bitcoin. A lot of choppiness, very narrow ranges we're trading in. But I think soon we most likely will be breaking these ranges to the downside. And then from there, we'll see our bear market lows. We'll see a long accumulation period before our next move up into the next bull run. So it's time to be patient right now. Stick to your strategy and don't rush anything. Don't take on unnecessary risks and things like DeFi and pre-sales. It is not the time to take on those kinds of risks. And just be aware of all of the risks present in the market. We got ALDZ asking about Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is going to continue to rise in my opinion. As you can see, it is down a bit on the day. If we go to the daily chart. So the past 2 days have been down. I apologize. We were down a bit on the hourly chart. So I expect Bitcoin dominance to continue to make its way up higher, to continue to rise. I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to reach the 52 percentile level that I have outlined just here. If we go on the weekly, you'll be able to see that was a major pivot point from back here in 2019. And when price went ahead and made its way down back to 39%, it sliced through this 52 percentile level like butter. It was never retested. So I think there's a strong possibility that Bitcoin dominance will go ahead and retest around the 50% level. Right, we do have this wick coming into play at 52.23%, and this one as well at 50.8%. So I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to continue this current uptrend that it is on, right, where it's making higher lows as well as higher highs, consecutive higher lows here. We had this high broken through. We're now attempting to get through this next local high, and then we have one more wick before it's pretty much a straight shot up to 50% on dominance. But when things get bad, when people are fearful, they move into things like Bitcoin from their high-risk altcoins, or they're just moving to cash altogether. So I do expect Bitcoin dominance to continue to rise here, which is why somebody asked me in the stream yesterday, what would I prefer to hold, Bitcoin or Ethereum in a bear market? What would I prefer to buy? I would prefer to buy Bitcoin because even if we look at ETH BTC over here, this is making its way lower as well, breaking, right? We're on a weekly chart here. So just a few weeks ago, we had a serious weekly trendline break over here in ETH Bitcoin, meaning that Ethereum is losing value against Bitcoin rapidly, just lost a major structural trendline level on the weekly time frame. So the higher the time frame, the more reliable the technical analysis. We're seeing the ETH Bitcoin pair break down from the weekly, now back at the support level at 5.8 million Satoshis. But I do think that this will continue to go ahead and drop lower and most likely be testing this outline level that I have here at around 4.6 million sats per Ethereum. Right? It was as high as you can see 8.8 million Satoshis. I think it's going to lose about half of that value. From that high down to the outline level, we are looking at a drop of 48%. All right, so when Bitcoin dominance goes up, that means even Ethereum will lose value against Bitcoin. So watch out for your ETH BTC chart. I am expecting this to continue to sell off here. With that being said, if anybody has any questions, now is the time to go ahead and ask them. Today is Friday, and I do have a very busy schedule, so this one won't be as long as the usual live streams. Now is the time to ask any questions. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up today's Crypto Empire Morning Domination. I really wanted to drill home with you the message about Celsius this morning because this is very important. If you have money in Celsius, it's not your keys, not your coins, not your keys, not your crypto. Celsius owns that wallet. They can freeze your withdrawals, meaning that you won't be able to take your money out of Celsius. And it's looking like Celsius is about to get liquidated for billions of dollars, losing more of investors' money. So just not the time to be using DeFi to be hunting out yield right now, right? To earn 4% on Bitcoin, it's not worth the risk to put it into a protocol that you don't own the private key for in your wallet. can essentially go ahead and lose everything very quickly if things go bad. And also the arbitrage opportunity with Lido staked Ethereum could present a major arbitrage opportunity. But keep in mind, you will have to wait for the merge to take place, which could be, late 2023 by this point if we continue to see delays. Salty Tears asking long or short. Right now in the short term, short without a doubt. In the short term, obviously long term, very bullish, but yeah, not looking good. Thoughts on Tron? Not interested. Not interested in touching Tron right now. If we take a look at TRX, so it is holding up relatively well, actually, trading at 7.9 cents. Market cap of $7.3 billion, ranked number 13 in the crypto market. But Tron is not immune to regular market conditions. Tron is an altcoin. As I did just discuss, I am expecting, if we hop down to the daily chart, I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to continue to rise. And over here on the daily, you can see with TRX, we do have a bit of a double top here, a nice M pattern, where we went ahead and we tested a resistance level at 9.2 cents. Had a major retracement. We come back up to test that level, but we make a lower high, testing the same exact level nonetheless before we see a big sell-off. So yeah, Tron with this, right, you can call this the McDonald's pattern, right, the M pattern. It's the opposite of the W. So Tron doesn't look great right now on the charts, and just how everything is looking overall, it's not the time to be buying any altcoins, right? So I would not recommend, not financial advice, but to deploy capital in something like Tron, not the best idea right now. Mike B, if you were to take profit order on the Bitcoin short, where would you be looking to close that short position? Sorry, I missed it earlier. So Mike B, if I was to open up a short, it depends where your entry was, of course. But let's just say hypothetically that you were short from up here at $30,000. Just up here, you would look to take profit. I mean, this level here at 29,400 is a good level to take profit, as you can see. And then below that, we do have a level at around 28,700. But if you were short from 30K, I mean, this might be, if you were short from 30K right now, that might be the short that could take us down to, fill the wick at 25 and possibly even down to 22. We don't know, right? When I shorted 40K up here, right, all the Crypto Empire Premium Discord members know, right, we went ahead and shorted 40K, this exact top. I didn't expect this to be the short that would take us down to $25,000. Right, there's no way of knowing beforehand that it's going to be the ultimate big short that's going to take you down. What is this, 10%? No, this is 36%. Right, I didn't know this was going to be the big short to gain 36%, and then with leverage as well, you're looking at a well over 100-200% trade if you manage to stomach it all the way down here. Right, so the short at 30K could be like the one up here at 40K, where it ends up taking us down to our next outline levels. And of course, the big $22,200 level is just down here. So we don't know which one is going to be the short that takes us there. That one could have possibly been it just a few hours ago from 30K. And that is a 26% loss. 26% drop right there. So a big correction. But yeah, to answer your question, Mike B, you don't know if that's going to be the big one. So you want to take profit along the way. And you do have a level here at 29.73, as well as down here at 28,700. We got Jan Sims saying, hey everyone, good morning Jan, thank you for joining the live stream. Salty Tears, no problem, glad I was able to help you out. We got Tay asking for technical analysis on Chainlink. Go ahead and take a look at Chainlink. Right here. So Link as well. If you guys went ahead and watched yesterday's live stream, I literally outlined this trade for you as well. We had bearish divergence. That's why I have my trend line the way it is. And Link was up, 10% on the day or something. Just looked very odd at a place. Why is it pumping out of nowhere? And as you can see, Link from yesterday's outlined opportunity is down around 8%, okay? So if you're new here, subscribe to Crypto Empire so you don't miss any more of these outlined trade opportunities literally given to you on a silver platter right here in the Crypto Empire Morning Domination live stream. But right now, Link, if we go back to the 4-hour, Link back into some demand levels, as we can see here on the chart. Very local levels, so not as strong as the major, macro demand levels. But Link back down to resistance. So this is where you would look to take some profit if you went ahead and shorted the top over here. Now with that being said, I am relatively bearish here in the short term. So I would expect this to continue its descent lower, but you need to be aware that we could bounce here, right? So it's not the time to basically go ahead and open a trade because your risk profile does not make sense. Risk reward is everything in trading. If your risk doesn't make sense, if you can't read your risk, then you shouldn't take the trade, right? But right here, it's all skewed because you would have to place your stop. If you placed it here, you're placing it right in resistance. So realistically speaking, you would have to place it above the current local high, which would mean it's too big of a risk right now to open up a position, which is why you need to have your entries precise and nail your entries, which is exactly what we did here live yesterday in the Crypto Empire Morning Domination live stream. But for Link, we are pulling back right now. And it's largely dependent on what Bitcoin does do here. But I'm expecting lower for Bitcoin, which would mean lower for Chainlink as well. Dr. Kyle 2, how low might Bitcoin go? Well, Dr. Kyle, it depends what time frame you're asking about. But macro, 22,200 is our level. And then, of course, we do have the wick over here, the wick low being at $25,230. And then we do have some major levels, from 27, 28, 29, etc. So we'll see if those levels do hold up. And let's not forget if we go to the weekly chart on Bitcoin as well. Get rid of this fib just to clean it up. If we look on the weekly chart, the wicks from early 2021 over here are still holding right now. The lowest of that wick is down here at 28,700. So that is a major level. If we close below 28,700 on the daily or the weekly chart, it's just bad news overall, and we most likely will be headed for these lower profit targets or buy levels at $22,200. Any fun NFTs on your radar? So right now, Orbital Apes on Evmos, and then Degen's game over on Solana. So with Degen's, I have known the creator of this project for many years. So, I've spoken with him, and I will be minting this myself, right? I am not giving my, stamp of endorsement or anything on the project. I was not, paid by them or anything, but, this one I will be minting myself, and I've shared this with the channel before. Look into Degen's game. They did have their Discord, breached, which is why they delayed their mint. But yeah, I'll be looking to mint. Go ahead and give them a follow right now. So over here, Orbital Apes on Evmos, minting for 60 Evmos right now. Their mint isn't really selling out. Go ahead and look at it right now, see how they're doing. Yeah, so their mint isn't looking great. As you can see, 4,300 out of 10,000. But they have a validator for Evmos, and they'll be paying all holders from the rewards of that validator. And Evmos is a very bullish project, but in a bear market, it's just not going to see any kind of bullish momentum. But this most likely will be a blue chip on Evmos when NFTs do come back. So look into those if you're looking for some NFTs to get yourself into right now. Let's see what else is going on. Dre asking for some TA on Polkadot. We can certainly look at DOT. So DOT on the weekly looks like it's kind of forming a rounding bottom, right? It's starting to round off a little bit. But this is a weekly chart, obviously. Let's go ahead and look at the daily. On the daily, it looks like everything else. And it did lose a trend line here and go and back test it. So that's pretty bearish looking. Over here on DOT. So DOT looks like it is holding on for dear life as well to this support at $8.70, $8.65 on the daily here. And if this support level is lost, we do have this low from the wick at 730. So that is the most logical place to see it go ahead and drop to. If we do lose this current support level, also have some levels right at $8 exactly. So DOT looking bearish. Whole market is not looking good. Everything is shaky. A lot of fear in the air. So let's be cautious right now and, look for shorts as well. But yeah, DOT not looking great. And, very similar to Bitcoin, where it was coiling up and then just went ahead and starts losing all the floor, just drops through the floor. So those are your levels to look for lower DOT. And if we do see some kind of pump up to around 950, I would be looking to short there as well. That is a major resistance over here in the smaller time frame. How do I know that? Well, we look to the left and see how many times it's been used as both support and resistance, because they are flipped and it's been used quite a bit over here at 950. So look out for that level when it does come back up to back test it. Let's see, we got ALDZ. I'm planning to be a premium member for a while now, but still no funds due to capital being underwater. Any plans of having some promo or discount in the future? So it's actually been a while since I've ran any kind of promotion or sale for the Crypto Empire Premium Discord group. Good idea. I might run a promo sometime soon. Keep your eyes peeled for that. But yeah, right now, in the short term, no, I have no plans on running any kind of promo, but keep your eyes peeled. I'll definitely let you know if we see anything about that. And Dre saying you're leaving money on the table if you ain't in the Discord. I mean, I agree. It pays for yourself. It pays for itself and a lot more. So yeah, definitely consider joining the Crypto Empire Premium Discord group. All information is right here on my website if you want to find out more about it. Just here. Let's see. Chainlink pump due to the news on new staking roadmap. Perfect exit opportunity. Perfect shorting opportunity there. And of course, we nailed it here at Crypto Empire. Let's see, we got Baby Wallet saying love from Sydney. Let's go. Shout out to all the people in Australia, especially Baby Wallet. Appreciate your support all the way from Sydney. Dr. Kyle says, appreciate your answer. Solid thoughts. Thank you, Dr. Kyle. Thank you for your support and tuning into the live stream this morning. Thorchain and Alice saying Moon Sama's market cap is larger than Moon River's. Yeah, Moon River, I mean, $19 right now. Wow. Major sell-off there. And Moon Sama's market cap is now bigger. Interesting. So let's see. Davis, I'll get to looking at Thorchain in a second. Let's just answer CG's question. So when me and other influencers say things like be careful, what does it mean exactly? Sell our alt bags? No, I'm not saying to sell your alt bags. If you want to do that, that is your own decision. When I say be careful, it means just exercise proper risk management, because it's just very uncertain, and I think we're going to go ahead and drop lower. So when I say be careful, I'm saying it to basically let you know to not take on excessive risk right now. Because a lot of people get trigger happy and they'll just go in and risk a lot of money off a whim, right, or off of a tip. And it's just not the proper way to go about things. You want to be very methodical with how you go about using your capital, because the name of this game is to grow and build your capital. So when I say be careful, I'm just saying to exercise risk management and caution, because we're in very bearish, turbulent market conditions, a lot of heavy manipulated price action, and it's not the time to be taking trades or making investments off of a whim. You need to be very calculated and methodical right now with your approach to the market and preserve your capital. And when it's time to deploy it and be risk on again, you're going to have all of it to then go ahead and do so. Whereas somebody who was not careful, was not cautious, didn't exercise proper risk management, gets chopped up trying to, catch all these trade opportunities and investments off of a whim, and they end up having less capital than they started with. So that is what I mean when I say be careful. Personally, as far as other influencers, I can't speak for anybody else but myself. Yeah, Dre got it. Dre hit the nail on the head. Risk management and capital preservation is number one. Baby Wallet. Can you elaborate on their stablecoin on Thor? CG asking if it's a good time to DCA into Bitcoin. I think it's going to go lower, CG. So personally, I'm waiting for some lower prices. A few weeks ago, I did buy at 29, but the next levels I'm looking at are 25,200 and then 22,200. So the Thor stablecoin. So I need to, if I can elaborate on it, I can't really elaborate on it right now. I'm not going to elaborate on something that I can't, speak highly about, or that I'm not, necessarily heavily researched on. But Thorchain, my thoughts on it is still a good protocol. But we're in a bear market, and look at this range that we've been in on Thorchain Rune. Let's get our volume back up on the chart. So thoughts on this right now, I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in buying it just yet. Reason being, I think everything is going lower still. All right, so I'm not getting trigger happy and entering it into anything prematurely right now. As you can see, just went ahead and lost a trendline support level. We'll see if we do have some more continuation downward on Thorchain. I mean, the low is at 236. If we go ahead and look to our left over here, it's very possible that we see this at just around $2. I mean, listen, 271 right now where it's at is a very good price level long term speaking. But nobody's going to be able to time the exact bottom. So if you want to DCA into something like this, if you have no exposure, it's not a bad price to do so. You'd be buying a lot lower than most people who bought it anytime last year. All right, because this thing went as high as you can see as $21. And a lot of people were buying, all in between here. So you are at the bottom end of the chart. There's no doubt about that. But I still think there is room to drop lower. So just don't put all your chips in one basket and go all in. But if you want to DCA, it's a good point to do so. But yeah, this is the bottom of the chart here, as you can see. Very low on the mean. Let's see, Baby Wallet. Is this another Luna? Everyone's saying another rug pull. Sorry, been on the single malt. Are you talking about the Rune or the Thor stablecoin? If ThorSwap is coming out with their own stablecoin, we need to have proof that it's backed one-to-one, etc. But if it's algorithmic, I would be careful about that. But I'll do some more research on Thor stablecoin and what it means for the market. Seems Rune is another Luna. I'm no expert though. Well, Rune is a DeFi swap protocol with liquidity pools. It is not an algorithmic stablecoin protocol like Luna was. So it's high risk. It's brand new technology that's never been done before. So it could collapse because it's just novel technology. So be aware of that. But you can't compare it to Luna because they are two different DeFi protocols there. With that being said, everyone, it's time to go ahead and start wrapping up the Crypto Empire Morning Domination episode number 3 live stream. I want to thank everybody for attending the stream. We did cover a lot today. We went over the necessary precautions to be taking right now in the market. Still not a time to be risk on. Be aware of Celsius if you have any funds in there. I would consider moving it into your own wallet, right? Not your keys, not your crypto. Be aware of that. And also the arbitrage opportunity on Lido's staked Ethereum. It's looking like that peg could collapse any minute now, any day. So be aware. And if you want to take advantage of that arbitrage opportunity, because you will be able to swap your staked Lido Ethereum 1-to-1 for regular Ethereum after the Ethereum merge does take place. But that's not expected until 2023, and it could even be delayed from then, so who knows when that will take place. But if you can wait that long, most likely going to be a very good opportunity to go ahead and multiply your Ethereum bags. With that being said, I hope that you did enjoy the live stream. Crypto Empire Morning Domination coming at you each and every day right here in the Crypto Empire YouTube channel. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button down below, turn on all the notifications, smash the like button, join the Telegram group. Definitely consider joining the Crypto Empire Premium Discord, where I share all of my trades, regular market updates, basically play-by-play price action, so that you always know exactly what is going on in the market. With that being said, have an amazing Friday, everyone. Enjoy the start of the weekend. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I will see you in the next video.